Hi guys, Heath, Woolipau Firearms Training. Just going to talk to you real quick about duty optics or concealed carry red dot optics. This is the Sig P320 RX. That means that it comes with suppressor height sights from the factory with the Sig red dot sight. So oftentimes when we start doing this adventure of are we going to run a red dot sight on a handgun, there's a lot of questions that get asked about what sights do I run? Well, we need suppressor height sights that clear the top of your red dot sight, but we don't want them sticking up too high to be like an absolute co-witness where it's going to take up a bunch of that window. So we want something that looks like this, and this is going to be somewhat of that like lower 1/3 type of amount where we see the irons are there if we need them, but they're not in the way when we're using our red dot sight. So if we're using this red dot sight, one of the things we really need to work on to use it quickly is having the ability to come up and finding the dot quickly. And when we come up, how we present the gun is going to make that somewhat important. I like to drive the front sight out and see the dot. Now, if you have a bad grip angle or you have an awkward angle of it in your hand, that's oftentimes you're going to be fishing around trying to find the red dot, and that isn't going to work for self-defense. So we load the mag. Learn to use that red dot sight like it's a lever. Come out, find the dot. Instead of looking at the dot, stay threat focused, forcing our eyes to look at the target and press the trigger. Pressing straight into the rear is going to help you get that accurate shot. Again, don't focus on the dot, focus on the threat. And press the trigger. Red dot fails, which this we can use it as a training tool. We can just turn the power off and make the red dot go away. You're back to best case scenario that you had before you added a red dot to your gun, and we have iron sights that are clearly visible. We can simply transition ourselves back to best case scenario from before. Let's say this optic gets mud on the front of it. That's okay too. Now I can put a chunk of tape up in there and I can do some drills with myself. Now I just use the edges or the shoulders of the red dot sight and I line it up with the shoulders of my target. Still get a good combat effective hit on the target. I actually still hit the A zone on that piece of steel using just this to frame it off the shoulders of the target. Again, presentation of the gun is going to be a huge part on how you quickly come up and find the dot. Talk to you later, guys.